Hey, Jeff here from Rogue Element, and welcome to another installment of The Basement. Today, we get to talk about this sweet little unit, the Bluetti EB70S. So up front, full disclosure is Bluetti sent us this to do a review on it. They wanted a review right away. I told them that we would not do it because we needed to field test it and put it through the paces that we do because we are hard on our stuff. And I really don't like doing reviews of things that we can't stand behind. And we're gonna give you a full honest review. So we've had a couple months to play with it. We just recently took it to Colorado to Overland Expo Mountain West, which I don't know who owns Expo now, but would you guys please move that venue? That Loveland place sucks. I know I'm not alone on this. I think every vendor I talk to, we're just done being in that hot, no shade field that's super dusty. This year it was super muddy. Could we do it in Vail or Telluride or somewhere where we're near trails and awesome weather and get that Colorado experience? Anyways, I digress. But we got to try this. This EB70S it's awesome. It is. I wish I've been really going away from this and thinking that I need like this huge like red arc system or something else, and I'm generally a less is more, even though my truck is a bit ridiculous and we always have crazy crap with us. But I use what's called a 12-volt mate, and I don't think you can get them in the States anymore, but used to be able to. They're from Australia, and they're a battery box. They're a secondary battery box system that fits an RV. I have a full river RV battery in there, and then it's got a red arc BCDC 1225, and you have to hardwire it into your truck's battery system, so every time you turn it on, it charges it. It weighs over 70 pounds. It's ridiculous. It's huge. This only weighs 25 pounds. Does the same job. And I think, Millie, lay down. Got my dog here. But this unit, it's 200 watts. I don't remember what the watt amp hour for the lithium is. I don't know if they really put that out there because it's going to differ on what you're charging up. It's not like a power bank where it's just going to have the same draw going out no matter what you're using it. This offers 4 DC outputs. It's got what do we got here? We've got 2 USB A's and 2 USB C's, and then you have your 12 volt here. And then you got your display here. Your display looks like we're down to about 40% now, and which is the lowest we've had it yet. I think on the trip 65% was about the lowest that we did. It shows you how much your draw is for your watt, and then how much input when you have it plugged in, whether it's solar. You can use a house unit. The house and solar unit from 0 to 100 take 3 to 4 hours to recharge this. If you're using that 12 volt that plugs into your car cigarette lighter, you're looking at 7 to 8 hours. Now, if you're driving around and stuff, that's probably not an issue. It's continually charging, right? And then you're able to run, like say a fridge. I have a 66 liter Snowmaster, and this thing charged it the whole time. And then when we stopped, I almost saw very little battery drain, worked flawlessly. And this is going to replace that 12 volt unit or that 12 volt mate that I have because couple reasons. It's about half the size, especially in height. That 12 volt mate's up here. Plus I have a power inverter on top of it so we can plug our camera batteries and stuff. I blow fuses on it all the time. We haven't been able to do that, and I've had every outlet open. We've had this thing cranking wide open. It only weighs 25 pounds, so a third of the weight. And I mean, it's awesome. The size, it's 12 and a half, I think, inches wide. Let's see. Yeah, 12 and a half wide. We've got 8.5 by 8.5. I mean, it's tiny. It's not a big unit, and it packs a big punch. I really enjoy that about it. Here, let's give it a rip. So I've got 2 dead Sony batteries in here. We'll go ahead and plug it in. We'll go to the DC side here. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. So we're running, what, 11? We'll let it get up to, about 11 watts there. And then the cool part on top, this is a neat unit, or unique little feature here, is you take your phone, plug it up on top there, boom, it's charging. Now let's see what we're running at. Yeah, still very little draw. very little draw. It'll go up a little bit. But, you know, the shakedown that we gave it to at the expo, we had it in a hot tent. It was hot and humid there, even though it rained. It had some moisture on it because we did leave it out underneath one of our awnings and the wind blew sideways. I mean, it stormed pretty good there for a little while. It got wet. We had no issues. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's weatherized or anything. I don't believe it is. We ran a cable out the bottom of the tent all the way out to the solar unit, which is this, which is the PV200, I believe is what they call it. It's not small. It's got 5 panels on it. Goes in pretty thin. You've got all your cables. We put all of our cables in here. You'll see that it's got like the charging. This is the adapter that goes from here all the way to this. We also have the 12 volt outlet in here for your car. But we got to Telluride, and I think in the morning we were at about 70-ish%, between 65 and 70. I don't recall all the way, but we set up this right into the sun. It was probably about 9 in the morning, had good sunlight, and probably took 45 minutes or so, and it was back to full juice. We handed it off to Christian, who stayed up there in the Telluride, Silverton area for another 4 days or so. And he said it only went down to about 65 for him, and he didn't even have to plug it in to recharge, and he was recharging drone batteries, his phone. I believe he was running his Sony batteries just like this, and some lights. So yeah, it's great. We'll do pros and cons. Pros, size. Awesome size, comparable to what we've been using. I don't know what it compares to really to the Jackeries or Goal Zeros. I would imagine it's right in line with them, being that they're a direct competitor. Weight, 25 pounds, awesome. It's less than what we've been using too. I believe that looking at stats on a couple of the other ones are about the same. Charge time's awesome. That's kind of not a huge thing for us. Obviously you want it to take charge, but in our circumstances, being in overland, where it's either plugged into a 12 volt, or it's got the because I believe you can, I know you can, it has the adapter where you can hardwire this into your battery of your rig, which I don't know what the charge time is on that. But I don't know if that's something I would do, because I like the stationary of the 12 volt, and you know, if you're doing trails, you're talking 8-hour days of driving probably. So that's going to be plenty. And then when you're not doing that, you can just throw it on the solar. It's not a big deal. When you're at home, you know, you can throw it into the wall on a 110 and be just fine. Price point's right in line with everybody else. Is about a $500 unit. We'll put a little link in the description below, get you a little discount. Save some Dolores there for some more beer instead. Yeah, this is the power unit right here. By the way, it's just got another plug in here, but it's down in there. Cons, can't find one. Honestly, I really can't. Maybe, you know what? I don't know. If we needed more juice out of a unit, I would just buy the bigger one. This one here, I think works. This right here is 90% would work for everybody and all your needs. I mean, just to put it in context, in the tent that we were in at night, it had 100% battery. We would plug in the trickle charger for the red batteries. We would have another DC unit that goes out to our Global Dynamics V-mount batteries. We had multiple of these, so 2 or 3 of these at a time. And then our drone battery, which has a big bank, we can do 4 batteries at a time, and those trickle charge. And then we had a phone on the top, and then we were running, you know, just your standard, you know, one of these cables out to another phone to Jason, who's one of my camera guys. And I think we woke up and it had 70% battery life still with all of that charging. So for me, there's really no downside on it. Check out the links below. There'll be one for the unit itself, the EB70S, and then the 200 series solar setup, which it's awesome. It doesn't weigh much. I mean, it just weighs a couple, maybe 5, maybe less than 10 pounds for sure. And it's easy to store it right behind my passenger seat, and it's good to go. But thanks again for watching the basement. Leave some comments down below on what if you'd like us to try out some things on here. I think we're gonna take it on the next trip. I'm gonna bring a blender for some damn margaritas. I think that sounds awesome. We're gonna try actually we already did try it and it worked fine, is I have a small coffee maker that goes into the Skinny Guy camper, and I brought it along with us on this, and it does about 2 cups, and it no problem whatsoever. But I think we're gonna bring an Instapot and a rice cooker on the next one. See how that does. So we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll be dropping these every week.